Hello, everyone. How are you? Welcome to the Friday night showcase at Ari's Tavern. Give yourselves a big round of applause for supporting live comedy. Here we are at Ari's Tavern, 5686 Pecos Street in Denver, Colorado. That's for the home audience. By the way, if you did not know, we live stream this show out to the world. If you have a friend that you would like to see a comedy show tonight, just send them the URL eugeshow.com, EUGESHOW.com. That's like Eugene. That's me. Thank you. eugeshow.com, and click on Watch Live, and they can watch the show that you're about to watch right here, right now. There you go. Hello, people at home. We also have people watching at home, I can tell. So there you go. That was pretty much all I wanted to say. People are always asking me about, this show. That it's like, how do you afford the cameras and the computers and the lights and the mixers and the mics and to put the show on, because you've been a comic for almost 30 years, so that means you have no money whatsoever, which is absolutely true. And the only way we do this show is we have sponsors. One of our biggest sponsors is the place that you're standing in right now. Like I said, Ari's Tavern. They have sponsored us here for 3 years now. Great location. Thank you so much. And our second sponsor is Maria Navin Lassiter with Great Way Real Estate. Thank you so much. If you're watching us online right now, her phone number and address, her phone number is right there. Crotch height, right there, right in my crotch, if I did everything right. So anyway, read that phone number. If you're looking to buy or sell a house in the Denver metro area, please give her a call. And if you just moved into North Denver, or you have a friend that just moved into North Denver, we are in North Denver right now. We are only 2 miles from Regis College. So if you know where Regis is, we're right there. So anyway, if you just moved in, please come down to Ari's Tavern and join our family. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, that's my time. I'm not gonna really do any comedy. I'm gonna, yeah, exactly. Those were my jokes, by the way. Anybody here been on a cruise? Yeah. I like to tell you that if you I'm not a big fan of doing stuff. I don't like doing stuff, going places, But my wife likes to do stuff, so I end up doing stuff. But if you're the kind of person that doesn't like to do stuff, but you have to do stuff, take a cruise. Cruising is the most amazing American way to travel ever invented. I mean, it's like you check into a nice hotel with all the stuff you need to be comfortable, and then the hotel goes places. It is so cool. You don't have to experience the place that you go at all. It's like, I'm just here to buy a t-shirt, back off of me. No, I don't want to try your local cuisine. I've got Floating America right there. Anyway, so that's my travel advice to you. Get yourself on a boat. That's pretty much it right there. I'm going to bring up your first comic tonight. Very funny guy, friend of mine. We've worked together several times. He's right there. Ladies and gentlemen, Brady Quarterman. Brady Quarterman.
Hey everybody, how's everyone tonight? Thanks for coming out to the Aries. Is that what it's called? Aries? Aries, okay. I'm from Lakewood. It's the 4th biggest city in Colorado. Yeah. The only thing Lakewood is famous for is shitty Mexican food. Yeah, Casa Bonita. One time I even told these people from out of state where I was from, and they go, "Oh yeah, we took our kids to that bad Mexican restaurant." And I said, "Yeah, but they have some pretty sexy divers." Sometimes I'm driving around my neighborhood in Lakewood looking for yard sales, and once in a while I'll see these signs that say "Deaf Child." I still haven't figured out what I'm supposed to do when I see these signs. I guess it means if a child jumps out in front of your car, don't bother to honk. Yeah. I'm originally from Sheridan, Wyoming, which is almost all the way to Montana. I went up there recently to see family, and I noticed this sign in the middle of the state that said, "Speed limit, strictly enforced." And I ended up getting pulled over, and the officer yelled at me, step out of the car, bend over, and he spanked me. So I told the officer that I was also speeding earlier in the day. Yeah. I do like to go to yard sales. Last summer I bought a Ken doll at a yard sale, and I undressed him and he didn't have a penis. So I ended up taking him to the doll hospital, and they said he comes that way. I said, no, I don't think he comes that way. Now, I find you can tell a lot about a person sometimes by what they're selling at their yard sales. Like one time, this woman had a bunch of books on sex addiction for sale. So I walked up to her and I said, hey, do you want to have sex? And she goes, sure. And I go, oh, that's okay. I was just checking to see if those books are really worth a quarter. I guess not, huh? My dad, he had kind of a corny sense of humor. He liked to complain to people about his ailments. He'd say, yeah, I've had all 3 knees operated on. My left knee, my right knee, and my weenie. Yeah. Yeah, he passed away like 3-4 years ago. The last time I went up to see him in Sheridan, Wyoming, he was in the VA hospital. He had some dementia going on. But on my way out of town, I picked up a bag of Ginger Snap cookies. And when I handed them to him, he bit into one and he goes, damn, these are harder than a preacher's dick. And I'm like, Dad, what does that mean? And he just kind of giggled. That turned out to be my last conversation with my dad. I kind of think of it as a real Hallmark moment, though. My beer's leaking. Sorry. I do one impression. This is for the ladies in the middle. You ready? You ready? You ready? You ready, okay. Hello, ladies. This is Tom Shane. And our new motto at the Shane Company is, a dysfunctional relationship is better than no relationship. Thank you. Wouldn't that be weird, though, if you just happened to be invited to Tom's for like a summer barbecue, and it turns out he's cool? Like, who would have thought? He brings out the stash. Before we sit down to eat, I would like you to try this exquisite marijuana with sparkling resins, hand-picked from a direct source in a remote Jamaican village. It is sure to give you a nice quality stone. Now you have a friend in the drug business. Let me wipe my chair off. I got accused of sexual harassment at work not too long ago. I was teaching these 2 female coworkers the sign for happy, and somebody else showed them the sign a little bit differently, like this. And so they went to my boss and complained and said, well, when Brady was teaching us, he was having us touch our nipples. And my boss said, well, Brady's gay. I don't really think he would be having you touch your nipples. So I got out of that one. I was happy to be gay that day. I learned how to sign that. That day. So you guys heard about Bruce Jenner? It's official now. He's Bruce Caitlin. I thought it was official a few months ago when he was in a car wreck. You know? I guess he just hasn't learned how to drive with high heels. You know? Yeah, I'm single. I tried some of those dating sites like Match, And you'd think, like, with a name like Match, they would find a perfect match. But no, and the first bunch of people they sent me, one of them was a woman. And like, I'm gay, how is that a match? Somebody said, oh, you should try Plenty of Fish. Again, I said, I'm gay. I did try one called It's Just Lunch. That one turned out to be true. I was hoping for like dessert. Then I tried one that I thought was going to work out. This sexy guy picked me up and he took me to the restaurant I requested. But when we got there, he asked me for gas money. I gave him the money and he took off. I found out Uber is not a dating line. One thing that's always confused me about the Tin Man from The Wizard of Oz, why was he so concerned about not having a heart when he didn't even have a penis? Not realistic, huh, guys? Of course, it would have changed the whole theme song. Might start out where Dorothy's oiling him. She gets down to there and he goes, oh, as you can see, I don't need any oil down there. I'd be steamy as a kettle, a spout as hot as metal, and yet I'm not a jock, just because I'm presuming that I could be a human if I only had a cock. Just to register emotion, jealousy, devotion, and really feel the pot. I could stay young and chipper and lock it with a zipper if I only had a cock. Thank you guys, I'm Brady. Give it up for Eugene hosting tonight and putting this together.
That was Brady Quarterman. That was so cool. Right on. Wow. Your Disney cock song. That's great. I love that. That's so cool. Let's just keep the comedy train on the fast track. Next comedian, very funny guy, Charlie right there. Charlie. Right on.
Keep it going for Eugene, everybody. Eugene and I were actually walking, and somebody drove by and screamed out, "Hey, Jackie Chan, Chris Tucker, what's up?" Which is kind of funny, because it was during rush hour, I'm not going to lie. But it kind of hurt, because I always looked at myself as more of a Bruce Lee type. I don't know. Apparently you guys agree. That's awesome. Now, I'd just like to take 10 minutes to talk about my favorite subject, myself. Don't worry, I'm not going to be doing calculus for you guys up here or anything like that. My name is Charlie. Vietnam War vet friends call me Charles because they know I'm not Vietnamese. It's always funny when people ask me, like, where are you from? I always tell them Aurora, and they think I'm fucking with them. You know? So they'll ask me again, where are you from? And I'm like, Colorado, because I am fucking with them at this point. You know, I always want to see how many of these Ancestry.com questions I can get people to ask me, just before we get to the write down. I'm Korean, or yellow, as some people call. I never really had a problem with that until I watched Back to the Future, you know, and I saw that Marty McFly really had a big problem with it. You know, and then I started feeling like a Simpsons character whenever people called me yellow, which didn't make sense either because all the Asians on The Simpsons are whiter than everybody else. I don't know if you guys have noticed that. My last name is Pang, P-A-N-G, which is kind of funny because my dad told me that he was wanting to name me Peter Pang. Peter Pang. That was awesome. I had a friend, her name was Mickey Musso, and I always thought that would be an awesome wedding invitation. Like, you've been cordially invited to the Peter Pang Mickey Musso wedding. Like, how awesome would that be? I recently just got off house arrest. Yeah. So if my probation officer asks, I'm at work right now. So please work with me here. I did a lot of stuff on house arrest. I watched a lot of TV. Got to beef up my online dating profile a lot. I've noticed there's a lot of crazy commercials out there. One of my favorite ones was a commercial for Chevy. I don't know if you guys have seen this, where the people like get in the car and they're like, "Wow, this feels like an Audi. This feels like a Mercedes." You guys know which one I'm talking about? Yeah. And then they look at it and they're like, "What? This is a Chevy?" You know, and I'm just sitting there like, "Dude, there's a big Chevy emblem on the steering wheel." Like, how dumb are these Chevy drivers? I don't know. There's another commercial. One of my favorite restaurants is McDonald's, and McDonald's actually came out with a commercial which didn't really make sense to me. It's like people who go up to a sign and they're just like, "What's really in your beef?" You guys know what I'm talking about? They're like, what's in your meat? Is it really beef? And that's the commercial. Like, they don't answer the question or anything like that, which makes me wonder. And I did some research, and I guess there's this stuff called pink slime. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. Yeah. I don't know why everybody's so disgusted by it. I love pink slime, apparently. You know, I found out that, like, it takes 1,000 cows to supply all the meat in McDonald's restaurants all across the United States. Is that disgusting? Yeah, I don't think it's disgusting. I find comfort in that, knowing that if there was Armageddon, as long as we have one cow, all of us could be eating Big Macs for the rest of our lives. You know, that's awesome to me. I recently quit smoking pot, so for the first time in a decade, my eyes actually look like this because I'm Asian. So it's always a different perspective. I've noticed a lot of people are into vaping now, which is why I think it's getting so humid in Colorado. I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but I've been sweating a lot. My next thing that I'm trying to tackle is cigarettes. Any cigarette smokers? Yeah. We're a dying breed, I'll tell you that. Here's the thing. I started smoking cigarettes when I was like 13 years old, and my parents were really upset. You know, they were like, why are you getting into smoking? And I didn't know what to tell them. I was like, I don't know. I like taking breaks at work. Like, you know, that's awesome. But I remember my dad made me sign a contract, and he wrote down in the contract, you know, I, Charles Pang, you know, agree that if I get caught smoking again, I give my dad permission to cane me 19 times. Michael Fay was like a big thing back then. I don't know if you guys remember the Singapore thing, but yeah. I remember I got caught. I'm not going to lie. I felt pretty stupid. I got my canings, and I still smoke to this day. Yeah. But the lesson that I learned is watch what you sign, because it'll come back and get you in the ass. I'm not going to lie. There is a commercial, you know, that really bothers me. It's these anti-smoking commercials, which I get it. You know, like let's try to stop this teen smoking. But do we have to do it at the cost of making me feel like complete shit? You know, like there's this new commercial for the swipe that. Have you guys seen that? You gotta swipe that, swipe that. There's like the guy and then the two girls. The guy, I don't even know what the hell he's complaining about. He's like, yeah, you know, swipe that. It's like, dude, you have the entire Denny's menu in front of you. I don't think you have any room to complain about anything. And then the two ladies are up there, like, well, what do they say? Oh, he's holding a kitten? Isn't that what she says? She's holding a kitten? Is that not weird that he's holding a kitten in a park? Like, I thought that was who the fuck brings a kitten to a park? You know? And then the issue that nobody addresses in either of those commercials is that they're like 40-year-old adults checking out 19-year-olds. Have you guys noticed that? I don't know. I have been doing a lot of online dating and dating sites and stuff like that. Any online daters here? Great, she didn't come. That's awesome. You know, you have all your hope invested in this one moment. It just isn't there. Now, it's funny that Brady brought up It's Just Lunch. One of my coworkers was actually the founder of It's Just Lunch here in Colorado, and now she works for my janitorial company, so I guess that's doing very well. But she's been my dating coach, and you know, I'd ask her about it. I'm like, well, what's It's Just Lunch about? And she's like, well, Charlie, you know, guys would just pay me, you know, and I'd try to find them, you know, women that they might be interested in, just set up lunches for them and see where it goes. I was like, interesting. How much does this service cost, you know? And she's like, you know, on average, it's like $1,200. And I was like, $1,200. And you have to pay for lunch? Like, what the fuck is that? You know, I freaked out. Probably sounded a little cheap, I'm not gonna lie. And then she asked me the weirdest question. She was like, Charlie, how much would you pay to find true love? And I answered her, nothing. I don't think you should pay to find true love. Don't you guys agree? I don't know. That's why I'm on the free dating site. Actually, that's a lie. I'm on the free dating site because I just don't think I should pay to get rejected. That's really my thing. Plus, I didn't really know a lot about myself when I got on the online dating site. Like, one of the main questions they ask is, like, what are the characteristics that you're looking for in your partner? And my answer was, you know, I don't know, like hair would be nice. 2 hands, some legs. That, you know, I'm a picky guy. I'm a picky guy. What can I say? You know. And the thing I love about the free sites is first question: do you have a car? You know, it's so easy, so simple. But I have been doing OkCupid for like 5 years now. Yeah, trust me, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. It's so funny though because they sent me an email just saying, "Hey, thanks for being a member for 5 years. We hope you're enjoying the site. How'd you like to be one of our moderators?" Which I thought was kind of a big slap in the face. Like, I haven't had any luck on your site for 5 years. How about you put me to work? You know, that sounds like a fair trade. That sounds awesome. But I've been on a couple dates and stuff like that out there, and there's one thing I've noticed that women always kind of ask me, and they're like, Charles, is it true what they say about Asians? And I don't really know how to answer that. You know, I'm just like, I mean, no, we're not all smart. And then she's like, no, that's not what I'm asking. You know what I'm talking about. Is it true what they say about Asians? I'm like, well, I think I'm a good driver. You know, like, I don't, what do you want to know? Just fucking ask me. You know? And then she pulls out this, Charles. I'm like, what the fuck is this? You know, first of all, I'm an American. So, you know, come on, add that up. Second of all, they don't call me banana because I'm slick and yellow. I'll tell you that. But I'll tell you one thing, on the dates and stuff like that, I'm a pure believer in chivalry. I know women think chivalry is dead, but I believe in chivalry because it shows that you respect your woman, right? I hope. Apparently I'm doing it for the wrong reasons. But I found out it's really hard to be chivalrous when it comes to revolving doors. Do you guys know what to do in a revolving door? You know, like, do you let her go before you and you push it for her? You know, like, do you go ahead of her and let her follow behind you? I had no clue. There was nothing in my dating books that said anything about it. And, you know, I had made a choice, and I went ahead. And then she did something completely unexpected. She jumped in the stall with me, which completely scared me because I almost clipped her head off. I'm not going to lie. But I'll tell you what, ladies, don't ever do that because that just makes the whole situation awkward. Because I'm not going to lie, we just ended up going around. And then, of course, she got out. And then I had to go around again. You know, that was just odd. So, thank you guys. You've been a lot of fun. Enjoy the rest of the show. Thank you, Eugene.
That was Charlie Pang right there. Charlie Pang. I went back and reread his Facebook message to me. It said, I'm going to go by Charlie now, not Charles. I thought it said, I'm going to go by Charlie, as in one name. I was just being racist, and I'm sorry. So, anyway, I realized that in the back. My bad. That was totally my bad. All right. Your next comic, Krista Harris, right there. Come on, sweetie. Have fun.
Hey, Artist Tavern, how's it going?
All right.
It's really good to be here on a Friday night. For me, it's really good to be here and not watching the news, which I do, even though I know it upsets me. Recently, like a couple days ago, they were talking about the governor of New Jersey, Chris Christie, saying, maybe I'll run, maybe I won't, but apparently he is not taking any time in debating whether or not he should tell people how to live. He is kind of really down on Colorado for the legalization of marijuana specifically, and I'm like kind of wondering what that's about. I'm thinking maybe he can't handle the munchies and he's like me and he's trying to lose some weight. I don't know. And then these cops, they're just like completely losing their shit on like at pool parties for no discernible reason whatsoever. And you know, the people there were pretty respectful and everything. If I were there, I don't know if I could have been, I probably would have said something like, wow, who spit in your box of donuts this morning? This is getting ridiculous. So I kind of like to avoid the cops because generally I end up saying things like that to them. I avoid confrontation until I don't, I guess. What else? I'm trying to lose some weight this year. I've made a little bit of progress. Towards the beginning of the year, I lost like 10 pounds, and then so far the rest of the year, I've been like losing and gaining the same 5 pounds. Because apparently, in order to do it, you have to like make responsible choices consistently, and I think that's kind of a drag. So, you know, it's slow going, but it's going. I've been trying to exercise a little more. I've been at a lot of parks and I've been hiking and stuff. Usually the people there are pretty supportive, although sometimes they're like supportive in a passive-aggressive kind of way. Like there'll be a jogger who kind of runs next to me and they're like, you know, you can run faster than that. And so I do because they scare me. And, you know, after that, sometimes I like to go out to eat, figuring, hey, why not undo all the work I just did? And at the end of the meal, the waiter or waitress comes to me and says, would you like dessert? And I'm like, no, I think I've had enough. And they say, no, girl, you know you can eat more than that. And so I do, because they kind of scare me. So there's that. The other day, I was watching a documentary, a PBS documentary on Pueblo. They were interviewing an artist, and he said, well, I make art for a living, but I wouldn't really call myself an artist because I think that sounds pretentious. And to me, saying that you don't want to sound pretentious is kind of the new way to sound pretentious. Like you wouldn't deal with a mechanic who's like, well, yeah, you know, I've been working on cars for decades and I own the shop, but I wouldn't call myself a mechanic. I would just call myself a hometown hero. I don't need any accolades. The only accolades I need is basically just money for parts and labor. So I also wouldn't deal with the surgeon who said that they weren't a surgeon. I'm not a surgeon. I'm just a guy with the scalpel. I wouldn't deal with that guy. I would run because either he's a fraud or he just is not feeling that sure of himself today. And he's like, I know the other day didn't go so well, but today's going to be a good day. Let's get into this brain surgery. So there's that. I've had some weird run-ins with people, possibly because I'm kind of a weird person and so it happens. But there was this guy the other day who ran up to me and he was like, can I try on your glasses? I just really want to try on your glasses. And, you know, I kind of wanted my personal space back, so I let him. And he was like, wow, you really can't see at all. These don't work for me at all. And I'm like, well, they weren't prescribed for you. I mean, that would be kind of like me going up to someone and saying, hey, you know, I kind of like your pants. Can I try them on? And then, you know, they don't fit, and I'm like, oh, I guess you're not a size 18, but I stretched these out for you, so have fun with that. Had another weird run-in. I was at a bar hanging with some friends, and there's this guy who thought that he could, like, insult me and then try to flirt with me immediately after, something along the lines of, oh, you know, you're really not that hideous for a fat girl. And I'm like, oh, thanks. I'm mildly okay with your existence too. I don't really know where we can go from here because, you see, you're probably looking for someone with much lower self-esteem. And, you know, I'm really only interested in talking to people who occasionally think about the things that they say. So I don't know where this is going to go. Sorry to freeze up for a minute. Like, I kind of have some anxiety issues, which I've been working on. And it's strange trying to work on them too, because like you go to the doctor and say, you know, I'm a little high strung. I think I need some stability in my life. And they're like, oh, you need some stability. Yes, I see. Well, how about some drugs? I got lots of drugs. And then you end up, you know, on Prozac, and then you're like, well, this is okay, but I think I'm doing good, and I want to try to get off of the Prozac. And then you come to find sometimes that you might be a little bit addicted to it. And I call them and I say, hey, I think I'm addicted to your prescription drugs. And they're like, yes, well, sometimes that happens. And I'm like, well, why didn't you tell me about this? Well, then you probably wouldn't have taken them if I would have told you about that. And so it's really kind of like dealing with a dealer who has a ridiculously high copay. I don't know, like, I wonder about that sometimes, and the commercials for like Prozac and Zoloft and those kinds of medications, they will list some of the side effects. And one of the side effects for like teens and young adults is that it actually will make your issues a lot worse. And this to me is an indication that maybe it doesn't work so well. And I'm wondering, like, would we really put up with this with other medications? Like, if it was an inhaler that made your lungs close up and it was like, oh, it's an inhaler, it's great. Just sometimes you can't breathe at all, that's the only thing. Yeah, I don't think we would put up with that. Another thing that annoys me about TV news specifically is how they'll give you all the bad news and they sound completely unaffected by it. They're like, yes, it is much harder for the average American to make ends meet, and it's probably going to get worse before it gets better. Sports is next. I don't know how they do that. I hope you all enjoy the comedy that's next, and thanks.
That's Krista Harris. I love that. Oh, God, I love you so much. Right on. That's it. Krista Harris, right on. All right. Next comic right there. Jeff Cohen right there. Jeff Cohen right there.
All right, keep it going for Eugene. Give yourselves a round of applause, you guys. You've been great so far. Yeah. Whew, man. Okay. Oh, man. Well, you know, guys, I have a pretty darn good life. You know, I'm a comedian. I'm a self-employed artist. And previously, I was the stunt double for Bubbles from the Trailer Park Boys. I can tell you guys back there don't know who he is, but that's okay, you know. The important thing is I've been getting recognized a lot lately. A guy asked me for my autograph the other night, and I'm like, well, sure, just let me finish peeing, and I'll hook you right up there, sure. Bubbles from the Trailer Park Boys. But being self-employed is it's really nice, but you also can't afford to be lazy. What that really means is I can't afford anything. It kind of sucks. And there's a lot of things in common between my art career and my comedy career. I get heckled in both, so it's kind of nice. Gives me a thick skin, you know. Yeah, the other night a guy yelled out, "That's not funny!" I'm like, well, that's a tree. Yeah. One time a critic told me that my paintings lack originality. And I said, don't talk to your Uncle Jeff that way. very rude. And, besides, that crayon drawing ain't exactly a Picasso either, so. But I got a lot of free time as an artist. I watch a lot of Netflix. Thank you. Yay for Netflix. My favorite show on there is Sons of Anarchy. You guys have that? Yeah. Boy, that's a cool show. So exciting. Those guys get into fights, they deal drugs, they shoot each other up. It's like that whole thing down in Waco, Texas a couple weeks ago. Big gang fight. Yeah, It's like the miracle there is that out of the 9 people killed, no civilians, only bikers were killed. So thank God for natural selection. Yeah. I was never tough enough to get into a gang like that, though. Started my own gang. Yeah, we're called the Sons of Mothers. Yeah. Yeah, we couldn't make it down to Texas. We were grounded. We're the only biker gang that encourages crying. In fact, it's part of our initiation. Yeah. We make you watch The Notebook, and if you're not weeping, just go join the Hells Angels or something. We're pretty cool, though. We have our own tattoo. Yep, it's one boob with a milk drop coming out. Yep, we're not tough, but boy, we are nurturing. So, I don't know, I feel pretty tough lately. Actually survived a heart attack, you guys. Yeah. Cue the Rocky theme music, yeah. Yeah, about 2 months ago I had a heart attack. It was really weird, though, because my doctor called it a warning heart attack. I'm like, is that like when Comcast calls me that my payment's late? He's like, well, no, not exactly. It's more like when Tony Soprano calls you that your payment's late. It's that kind of warning. If you think about it, though, all heart attacks are warning heart attacks, except the kind that kill you. That's called a you've been warned plenty of times heart attack, and now you're dead. My doctor kept using big words, though, to describe my heart attack. He told me that I had a myocardial infarction. I'm like, yeah, I don't know what that means, Doc. Can you put it in English? He's like, oh, okay. Your ticker went boom, boom. That's right. Does Jeffy Weffy understand boom, boom? I'm like, yes. Can you fix it? I'd rather not have a warning funeral, Oh, but yeah. He told me that I needed to learn how to relax more, though. So I had a bidet installed. Yeah, that really did the trick. Yeah. Like magic, It's like, those things are like getting a massage for your soul. Yeah, 3 good flushes on that thing, I'm volunteering down at the soup kitchen. Yeah. But speaking of assholes, flipping through the TV, I saw this preacher come on, and I know, not all preachers are assholes, just most of them. But yeah, he said that men, you need to stop playing with yourself because masturbation is self-abuse. Yeah, not the way I do it. Yeah, I'm very supportive. I'm like, who's the awesome guy? You are, that's who. You're big enough. Then he says that it's like, guys, you gotta stop doing that. You gotta get married because women were designed to be a home for a man's penis. Yeah, great. I keep getting evicted. Of course, he had an answer for that. He's like, well, stop renting. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I should get married, though. I really suck at dating. My biggest problem is that I always mistake a red flag for a green light. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't care how much of her baggage is sitting in the intersection. She called me pretty. We're blowing right through that light. Last girl told me that she relocated to Denver from jail, so that's not good. Pretty lucky, though. I did manage to get myself a girlfriend. Waiting for the applause. Thanks, guys. Yeah, no, it's great. We're in that magical stage of the relationship where I'll tell anybody about her. Yeah, like my neighbor, he'll say, "Hey, nice weather we're having." I'm like, "Yes, my girlfriend does love me." We had an awkward moment, though. She told me that she used to work for the CIA. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty scary. I might have to rethink the whole kinky sex thing. Yeah, because now when we waterboard, I just think that she's taking work home with her. Not the same. We're very compatible, though. Like, we're both romantics. We kiss very well together, and that's important to me. It's a big step up from my last girlfriend. We did not kiss so well together. Like, I learned how to kiss by watching the movie Top Gun. Apparently, she learned how by watching the movie Alien. It's different styles. Her style involved a lot more teeth and an unwanted male pregnancy. And I don't know, the whole dating thing is messed up anyway. Like, I always end up on the wrong dating websites. Like, there's this one called FilipinoBrides.com. Yeah, I checked it out. Way too much commitment, though. Yeah, because you got to raise them until they can graduate high school. Yeah. And let's face it, I am not Woody Allen. Yeah. So. I think my favorite dating website, though, ChristianMingle.com. You know, the whole premise there is that you let God choose who's best for you. I don't know, that makes me kind of nervous, you guys. I guess mostly because I don't trust him to choose someone hot. You know? Because think about it, God loves everyone. I don't. And I worry that God's not an ass man. And I am definitely an ass man. Today I was at Walgreens and the checkout girl had a nice big ass. I really like the really big asses. That's how I am. I'm from Wisconsin. I think there's something about that. But she caught me staring at her, and but she was into it. She gave me a smile and a wink, and I'm like, yes. Then a girl with a much bigger ass walked by. I got busted looking at hers. I looked back, and the lesser big ass girl just looked at me like. So I got too greedy, you guys. That was the problem there. So she said gross. That's. No, you like what you like, you know. I don't judge you, you know. I'll close with this thought. I'm getting really annoyed. I've got this friend on Facebook who keeps saying cute little things like, you know, if I could only change just one life. Yeah. I can change 8 lives by farting on an elevator. Because I guarantee you those people are taking the stairs from now on. Yeah. All right, you guys have been great. I've been Jeff Cohn. Thank you.
Jeff Cohn right there. Jeff Cohn right there. Hey, cool. All right. I was thinking of combining Uber and you know, with, I don't know, Hooters. Call it Boober. Just thought I'd throw that out there. Never do that again. Okay, your next comic, very funny guy. Where's he at? Right there. Coming to the stage. Preston Vaughn right there. Preston Vaughn coming to the stage from way in the back of the room as I talk, as he comes to the Preston Vaughn. All right.
What's going on, Denver, Colorado? I was standing out front earlier. And this dude smoking a cigarette, because I don't really give a shit about my life. But this dude walked up to me, he was like, hey, brother, you think I can use your cell phone? It's like, nah, man, I ain't even got a cell phone. He's like, what kind of man walk around these streets without a cell phone? Apparently 2 of us, brother, I don't know what to tell you. I listen to a lot of rap music. I like rap music. Doesn't matter, I'm gonna do the joke anyway. It doesn't matter. I listen to a lot of rap music, but I think it affects the way that I talk to people in my day-to-day life. Like I was talking to my grandmother earlier. She's like, Preston, when the hell you gonna cut your hair? It's like, Grandma, whenever being gangster starts feeling so motherfucking gangster. Like I hate listening to rap music. In my 30 years of life, the only thing I learned from rap music is hey, hey, hey. Smoke weed every day. And then if you're drowning in the pussy, just swim to the butt. And I don't know what that means. It's like saying it. I recently bought a telescope because I thought I was just gonna get high and look up at the stars. But I just been using it to creep out my neighbors. It's great, it's free entertainment. That's what Galileo created the telescope for. Neighborhood awareness. I mean, sure, an up-close view of Orion's belt is pretty cool. But sometimes you need to know what the lesbians stay across the street, 32C, do in their free time. It's neighborhood awareness, people. It's only creepy if you get caught. I grew up in East St. Louis, Illinois. It's a weird town. Like I got off work one time and somebody broke into my apartment. Stole everything. Stole my TV, my PlayStation 2. This was a couple years ago. They stole my TV, my PlayStation 2. They stole the bottle of Pepto-Bismol I had on the counter, which was kind of weird. But the funny thing is, they stole a pair of shoes I had by the front door. I got athlete's foot. You know what I mean? And why they call it athlete's foot? It's not like one foot itches, both feet itch. It's we call athlete's feet. You know what I'm saying? 303. You ever take your shoes off and your feet smell so bad you gotta throw your socks away? Nobody? Just me? Really? Anyway, back to the joke. I had to call the police and tell them to be on the lookout for an itchy foot bandit with an upset stomach. I wish I was rich. And not rich, I just wish I was wealthy. I mean, like, I'm not poor. Like, I just bought a fucking telescope if y'all was paying attention. I'm not poor. I just wish I had more than what I have. Like, I'm not poor, but I'm not stable. You know what I mean? Like, basically, I got enough money right now to where I can live wherever I want. Comfortably. But in Detroit. Like, I'm middle class Detroit broke right now. Tell you a true story. Table 5 over there, whatever the fuck it is. Me and my girlfriend was getting freaky the other night. Yeah. I was like, baby, you think you put this bag over your head while we do it? She was like, sure. But your brother usually turns off the lights. So I'm single is basically what I'm trying to say. I'm single. It's cool being single, but I don't meet a lot of women. And when I do, I don't really know what to say to women. Like, some guys is great at talking to women. Some guys just walk up to a chick and like, what's up, girl? My name's Preston. What's up, girl? If you ever need a ride, call my face. And then she's riding his face for the next 2.5 years. Meanwhile, I'm in the corner writing this joke. Like, I suck at talking to women. I was at the bar the other night. This chick, she walked up to me. She was like, hi, my name's Shauna. Who are you? I was like, my name's Preston, and I just bought a bed. My name's Preston, I just bought a bed. Like, you can't say that to people. Like, I admit I was drunk, and I've been sleeping on the couch for like 6.5 weeks, so hell yeah, I was happy I got a bed. But to actually say that, I sound like a charismatic rapist. I could have said anything that would have sounded better than that. I could be like, what's up, girl? My name's Preston, and I like to set puppies on fire. What's up, girl? What's your primary source of income? Because Uncle Preston about to tax that ass. What's up, girl? My name's Preston, and I got on my mama's panties right now. All would have been more acceptable, but my name's Preston, and I just bought a bed. I've been dating and shit. Like, whenever I take a girl out on the first date, I always carve our initials in a heart on the side of a tree. Just because it's the most romantic way to show a woman that you have a knife. It's a great fucking joke, right? It's a great joke. My grandmother, she bought me a painting of Black Jesus. That's right, my Mocha Messiah, people. So I hung it up on the wall. But just to be funny, I bought a picture of white Jesus and hung it up on the other wall so they got to face each other all day. But just for the purpose of this joke, I bought a sculpture of Puerto Rican Satan and put it in the middle. Because see, I don't know if Jesus is black or white. But I definitely know that Satan is Puerto Rican. Joke was inspired by my ex-girlfriend, Mariana, just to let y'all know. I was in the bathroom earlier. I mean, not here, because it's a pretty classy establishment, if you haven't noticed. I was in the bathroom, and I saw a guy looking into the urinal, doing this, like he wasn't peeing or nothing. It's not that type of joke. But he was looking in the urinal doing this, so I walked up on him, and he looked up at me. Then he looked back in the toilet, and there was a $20 bill caked up in the urinal. Like it had been there for a while. It was losing its color. Andrew Jackson was frowning and shit. It was weird. But he looked in the urinal, then he looked up at me, then he looked back in the urinal, and he took a deep breath, which only means you're about to do something stupid, right? Then he reached in the toilet and grabbed a $20 bill and kind of fanned it off like this. Then he held it up in the light to see if it was counterfeit. Like, dude, it's too late for that. You already got super hepatitis right now. I kind of wish he would throw it back in the urinal just so somebody else pick it up later. We keep this circle of stupidity going on in the men's restroom. That's a dumb joke. I do a lot of shows. Well, this is the first show I've done in a little while, but a lot of people at the shows, they come up to me, they be like, yo, Preston, what's your ethnicity? What color are you? They ask me all dumbass questions like, oh, is you Hawaiian? You Puerto Rican? You Pakistani? Like, nah, man, I'm black and I'm white. I'm black and I'm white. So if you like to play jokes with stereotypes, it works out like this. I really love basketball, but I suck at it. I got bad credit, but I pay my bills on time. I love dating white women, but they usually leave me for a black dude. It's a fucked up situation. My dad's black, my mom's white. They met in the 80s, so they had the whole jungle fever thing going on, which is kind of weird. I mean, just because you only date black people, you got to call it jungle fever. You don't do that with any other race. I mean, what if you dated Asians? Would you call it bird flu? I mean, what if you only dated Mexicans? Would you call it food poisoning? What if you only dated white people? I know it's a lot of y'all out here. I don't care. Genetically, I'm faster. Anyway. What if you only dated white people? Would you call it smallpox? If you're not laughing at that joke, you should have paid attention in history class. Shaw killed a lot of Indians, was never held accountable. But anyway, at the show, this chick walked up to me, she was like, what ethnicity are you? I was like, my name's Preston, and I just bought a bed. Do this joke, get up out of here. Y'all are fun, sort of. I'm on Facebook if y'all want to friend request me later. I like Facebook and shit. It's pretty cool. I just don't know what Facebook is for. It's kind of weird. Like, sometimes I just update my status with just random inspirational shit. Like, sometimes you got to walk through the rain if you want to see a rainbow. Y'all feel that? She got it. But then my very next status will be like, you ever take a shit so big you get hungry right after? Y'all feel that? Like, I'm pretty immature. I got 1,200 friends on Facebook. 1,200 friends. That's way too many people to know what the hell's going on up here at the same time. So, like, I play games. I like to pick on people on Facebook. Like, a woman might update her status. Be like, brand new job, brand new apartment. I'm finally where I need to be. So I comment, well, while you're in there, make me a sandwich. Because I get misogynistic sometimes. I apologize, not in real life though. But I take it too far. Like today, my buddy, he updated his status. He was like, just watched an episode of King of Queens. Made me cry a little bit. Glad the girlfriend wasn't here. LOL. So I commented, would you like to know how I know that you're gay? Then I waited like 3 minutes for a mandatory response. And then I typed, because your fart smell like KY jelly. I don't care, that shit got like 12 likes on Facebook. And then he commented, no, because the episode was about miscarriages and my girlfriend had a miscarriage last week. That's not how we play the game on Facebook, people. I mean, even if that's true, keep it to yourself. You ain't got to put it out there on wax like that. So I knew I had a few options. One, I could apologize. 2, I could just ignore it, pretend it didn't happen. But no, I'm a pretty petty person on Facebook. So I commented, well, I got some good news for you. I just saved a bunch of money on abortions by switching to condoms. So now I got 1,199 friends on Facebook, and a bitch ain't one. Hey, my name Preston Vaughn. Thanks for supporting live comedy.
That was Preston Vaughn right there. Yeah. Very cool. All right, we're going to keep moving. Next comic coming to the stage, Chris Carlton right there. That's Chris Carlton right there. Bring it, buddy.
Keep it going for Eugene, everybody. What is up, Denver, Colorado, almost Commerce City, and Thornton, and a bunch of other weird-ass fucking cookie cutter counties. How y'all doing tonight? You drinking? That dude's got a pitcher of beer, or a bucket of beers in front of him, and he goes, yeah. It was great. I love drinking. It's like one of my favorite pastimes. It's a way of life, really. I'm the poster child for the modern alcoholic. I wake up every morning with a pounding fucking headache and a commercial running through my head. It kind of sounds like one of those Dos Equis commercials. That's what it is. You know, it's just like, I don't always drink alcohol, but when I do, it's because I'm upset with my life decisions, and I've convinced myself that the only thing that will make me feel better is becoming a karaoke singing douchebag who thinks he can dance and stays at the bar till 3 a.m. trying to pick a fight because nobody wants to fucking have sex with me. I am the most obnoxious man in the world. Stay creepy, my friends. I am from Denver. I've lived here my entire life, which means there's not a lot of people in this room that have anything in common with me. Yes, it's getting weird. It's getting really, yeah, that guy down there. I got it tattooed across my back, my friend. No, it's getting weird out there. It's getting weird. A lot of the neighborhoods that were really fucked up neighborhoods when I was growing up, they're like cesspools for like yuppie chicks in yoga pants and lattes. There's tanning salons in some of these neighborhoods, all right? Some of these neighborhoods, nobody needed a tan. They were bored with them. It's getting weird. It's like North Denver. North Denver's a great example. The Highlands. Okay? That neighborhood used to be called the North Side, and there's still a mural up there that says "Stop the Violence." Right across the street, from Donahue Park, which used to be called Cesar Chavez Park, or some shit like it. It's getting weird. 5 points. They're souping up 5 points now. That is really weird, all right? Because growing up, 5 points was a scary neighborhood. You didn't go there unless you were copping dope or looking to get raped or so. Yeah, the people that are laughing are like, I used to do drugs back in the day. Used to. No, it's getting really weird out there. Basically now, back in the day, it was crackheads. It was full of crackheads and gangbangers, and now it's hipsters and crackheads and gangbangers. They moved them in, but they didn't like the people were like, we're not leaving. We're not leaving. It's getting so weird up there. It's working though. It's working though. Okay, because the hipsters aren't even scared of these crackheads. They'll walk right up to them, do-rag and everything. It's just like, oh, that's a really nice do-rag. I'm going to paint my vest with that color. They're not scared of them at all. They have no idea what this neighborhood is. And it's working, though, for some reason, and I think I figured it out, all right? Because one of them plays old school Nintendo, and the other one pawns old school Nintendos. That's why it's working. That is why it's working. Hipsters, they're changing the fucking landscape, man. They are. Remember back in the day, the 90s, whatever, the Where's Waldo's books, where you had to find Waldo in the crowd? Now every guy looks like Waldo. Every single guy and his girlfriend. They got these horn-rimmed glasses. Or the wizard. You can't find the wizard either because everybody got these big fucking ridiculous beards now. When did the beard come back? That shit, no, it's weird. It's to the point where I can't tell the difference between a hippie and a hipster except that one of them is wearing women's pants. That's the only way I can really do it. Yeah, it's getting crazy. It's getting crazy. I was doing a show in what is now the Rhino District. Used to be 5 points. The other night, I walked out of my car after a show, and there's this hipster staring blankly at the contents of the back of my car. And I had to walk up to him like, hey, dude, those are called tools. See, once upon a time, a long time ago, there were these mythical creatures called men. And they used these contraptions to build the condo that your parents bought for you, where you sit and write songs on the mandolin about how hard you've struggled. Hey, pot's legal here now? That shit is crazy. All right, I grew up here. I remember getting arrested for a joint, and now I can walk into a store and buy one. But here's what's fucked up. Okay, now there's another, not just the hipsters, it's another crowd, trust fund hippies. You guys know Trustafarians? You know what they are? They're white kids with dreadlocks. Grateful Dead t-shirts, $600 Banana Republic shorts, Birkenstocks, and they love smoking weed, they love preaching at you. It's like the only two things they're good at. And I don't know, I kind of want to get rid of them. I'm tired of them. I have a plan to do it, okay? A 7-day musical festival in the middle of the ocean called Drowning Man. It would work. It'd be easy to promote a show like that too. You'd be like, do you like fish? Yeah, I love fish. Next to the Grateful Dead, they're like the best band ever. It's like, all right, dude, here's your complimentary cinder block. Enjoy the show. That joke doesn't really have an ending. It has a name. It's called Salt Water is Nature's Only Natural Patchouli Neutralizer. 2 people got that joke. Okay, cool. Moving on. Read an article recently that a modified version of the drug MDMA kills cancer cells in lab rats. Those of you who don't know what MDMA is, ecstasy. It's the rave drug, all right? Can you imagine how ironic that would be if ecstasy became the cure for cancer? This is not an insensitive cancer joke, all right? My grandma died of cancer, okay? This is not insensitive. I'm just going to tell you this, all right? It was a total bummer in the last days. Everybody was saying goodbye and crying. If she would have been on ecstasy, it would have been a lot more fun. Seriously. I mean, think about it. You know, you're in front of the cancer center. You're finding a place to park. You're 150 feet from the door. You can already hear. You walk in there. They're smearing Vapor Rub all over each other's bald chemo heads. It's like, I got a gas mask. I got a gas mask. I should have go. You want a back rub? You want a back rub? Let me play with your turkey waddle. Shit, that shit is cool. This gown is so soft. My God, this gown, it's so soft. It's open at the back. It's like, Grandma, stop it. I don't want to remember you this way. And if you've been in Colorado for more than 2 minutes, you know how this is going to go, all right? So there's going to be all these medical ecstasy dispensaries sprouting up all up and down Federal, Pecos, Broadway. You know, you're going to go in there, you talk to a doctor will be like, does your head hurt? No, not really. Be like, does your head hurt? Yeah, like a lot. He'll be like, congratulations, you have cancer. Here's your prescription, here's your ID card, and here's your glow sticks. Side effects include dry mouth, dizziness, and enjoying Skrillex's music. That did not go over well at all. It usually does. I'm gonna do one more joke. It's really stupid, and you guys will love it. True story. Every year, fast food restaurants they start plugging the fish. You know, because fish is in season. Start plugging the fish. They're like, you know, they've got like a buy one get one thing going on with the fish sandwich. They do these stupid radio commercials. And a few years ago, they did one where a pirate was ordering a fillet of fish in the drive-thru, and it was hilarious. It cracked me up so much that I decided to go and try this. You know, me being the responsible adult that I am. So I pull up. You know, it's like ding. It's like, hello, welcome to McDonald's. How can I help you? And I'm like, arr. Dead silence for a second. They're like, hello? I'm like, arr, I'll take a fillet of fish, please. Dead silence. And I know what's going on in there. All right? There's a conversation going on between a manager, maybe an assistant manager, and the employee. They're like, this is like the 17th pirate guy today. This guy sounds older. I don't think he's in high school, you know? It's like, whatever. They get back on, they're like, sir, what was that? And I'm like, arr, a fillet of fish. Right! Fillet of fish! Arr. Better make that 2. So stupid. Now I've got a parrot, right? Dead silence again. Then I'm like, hello? Are you there? Extra tartar sauce, please. Just berating them with R's and R's and more R's. You know, finally they get back on. They're like, sir, we're denying you service. Please pull forward. Except I can't fucking go anywhere, right? I'm in a drive-thru. I didn't get denied service in line. It's not like I can storm off in a huff. You know, just like, fuck this place. No, it's like, I'm stuck there. There's a car in front of me and a car behind me, and I'm just kicking it. And I have time to think. And I'm looking around, and there's no cameras anywhere. I'm like, how do they know I'm not a pirate? Seriously. Or, how do they know I'm not a guy who thinks he's a pirate? Okay, I know McDonald's can't discriminate against the mentally ill. I've seen the guy mopping their lobby. They can't do that shit. So the whole time I'm sitting there thinking, it's like, man, I wish I wasn't poor. Because if I had money, I'd peel the fuck out of this drive-thru. And I'd go to a costume store and buy a pirate costume. And then I'd go to a pet store and I'd buy a parrot. And I'd spend the next several weeks telling it to say, rat, fillet of fish. And then I'd go back through and do the same fucking thing again. Okay? And then they'd get mad at me and deny me service. Again. But this time I'm one up on them. Because I would pull into the parking lot and just stagger in there on my peg leg with my parrot and just be like, arr, I'd like to speak to a manager. Stupid fucking joke, I told you. I've been Chris Carlton. Thank you so much for playing along.
That was Chris Carlton. Wow. That was a pretty stupid joke. I like that. That was very cool. Very cool. Very cool. It was so sweet. I love it. I love it. God. Oh, here's my favorite joke ever. Man walks into a bar and he's got a parrot on his head, and the bartender says, "Can I help you?" And the parrot says, "Yeah, get this man off my ass." So there you go. Sorry. You ready for your headliner? One more comic. You ready? You ready? Here we go. Very funny lady, right there, Vicki Edgar. Vicki Edgar bringing it. Have fun, baby.
Hi. I'm not really a cowboy. I'm just saying. You can tell because I have on knee socks, and they don't do that shit. So, hey, give it up for, fuck Eugene. Give it up for everybody that you saw tonight. Right? We do love Eugene, but we gave him a lot of credit for, like, just a handful of shitty jokes tonight. And I personally know him to be funnier, so I'm sorry. I went limp. But he gave me a softie. But some of the other guys were funny, huh? Yeah. Hi. Yeah. So give it up for them. They're awesome. And always Ari's, because they do this. And I think that's kind of awesome, because what the fuck else do you people have to live for up here? Holy shit. You guys are like way up here. So it's awesome. So I'm Vicki. I have 5 kids. I know. Usually I either get sympathy or applause, and nobody ever really gave me the clap. But yeah. I do have 5 kids. I know, they're cute. They come in handy. They range in age from 8 to 22. I know, what? You look so young, right? And that's helpful, because the other night we were at dinner and I had too much to drink. And so I gave my kid the keys, and I'm like, "You're driving home." I think what he really heard was, ugh, but he speaks fluent alcoholic, so it worked. And we got pulled over anyway. And the cop was a dick. And I'm like, "Dude, give him a break. He's 10. So it's embarrassing actually doing your roadside sobriety next to a Volvo station wagon with a baby on board sign in the back at 4 o'clock in the afternoon in the parking lot to the Highlands Ranch Public Library. But whatever, I powered through. Detox was cool though. Detox was super fun. Yeah, it was. You've been, clearly. You know how fun it is. It was awesome. The guys were all like really loaded, so they thought I was thin and pretty. Until like, yeah, I know, we've all been that girl. Okay, maybe not everyone, skinny bitches, but I have. And so that was fun until like 3 a.m. when they were all blowing zeros, and then it hit me. I was like, "Holy fuck, I blew some zeros myself tonight." And yeah, that one was hard to live with. I'm not gonna lie. Took me a while to get the taste out of my mouth. I was like, so anyway, yeah, that was fun. God, I had to see a dentist today. Do you guys, anyone here like going to the dentist? God, me either. And I had to find a new one. And I got there, and he was beautiful, like fucking beautiful. And he did my cleaning, and then he asked me never to come back. I guess he was offended when I asked him for a pap smear. And I don't really know what the big deal was. He'd already given me a breast exam. But then I got home and I realized, no, he didn't do that. I actually gave myself the breast exam while he had 3 fingers in my mouth. And I was like, God. I'm not going to lie, I still get a little fluttery. He was beautiful, so cute. So now I need to find a new dentist, but yeah. So 5 kids. Holy shit, 5 kids, that's a lot, right? I know. We don't go to the hospital when I go into labor anymore. I just squat over the crib and induce a sneeze. It's a boy. Again. Yeah, 5. 4 of them are boys, which, so you know, that's the equivalent of like 12 retards. And God. God, they're horrible. I fucking hate them. God, they're terrible. They're so awful. Ugh. I like to drink. Do you guys like to drink? I know. I drank all through my last pregnancy. I did. I drank like a fish because I was like, you know what? Fuck it. He's number 5. It's not like there's going to be money left for him to go to college. No, dude's going to wear a hairnet when he grows up. And I'm okay. You know, I'm old. You need one that's like a little codependent so he can wipe my ass someday. Because, just saying, it's coming. It's fucking coming. Probably sooner rather than later. But, yeah. God, I told my boss, I've been on maternity leave so many times. I told my boss, listen, if I get pregnant again, just throw me down a flight of stairs. I'm serious, because I mean, you know, we're totally pro-life, but we are not anti-gravity, and just can't fucking do it. Cannot do it again. Last time I was pregnant, I decided to splurge and go and get maternity underpants instead of like the granny panties that I wore with all the other ones. And so I went to that like snooty store at Cherry Creek Mall. It's like Pea in the Pod or, you know, Bundle of Joy or whatever the fuck those rich bitches call it. And I went in and I'm gripping the mic tight because I'm getting pissed when I relive this. I go in and there's like this skinny little blonde girl behind the counter. And I'm not sure what her name is. It might have been Amber. I'm fairly certain it was Cunt. But I went up and I told her what I wanted, and she goes, oh my God, you should try a thong. And I'm like, so listen, sunshine, I don't think you get it, because here's the deal. If I liked things up my ass, I wouldn't be pregnant right now, would I? So I left with like $800 worth of granny panties, but I felt like I won. It was good. It was good. It was cool. What else? God, I hate those fucking kids. They're horrible. They wreck your body. They just totally wreck your body. This dude's taking a phone call. That's awesome. Holy shit, man. At least go do it in the stall. He hung up. Awesome. Oh, great. Now I'm on speaker. All right. 1, 2, 3. Everyone fart. And, no, so like I have 5 kids, and some of them are smart, and I have a teenage daughter. Does anyone have one of those animals? I know, right? Doesn't that suck? If I'd have seen this one coming, I'd have welded my shit shut. I'm not kidding. Like, she's horrible. They're horrible. My daughter thinks the solution to all her problems is to burst into tears and run up to her room and slam the door. Yep, so we got her back. Last time she did that, we locked her door from the outside. Yeah, then we paid my 8-year-old $1 to go, Kayla, telephone! Your phone's ringing! Stand down the table. And we left her there for 3 days, so that was fun. She's beautiful. She's got a lot of attitude. She's absolutely beautiful. Is your daughter beautiful? I know, like you're gonna tell me she's a bridge toll, you know, like you're like, oh no, she's ugly. But yeah, no, my daughter's beautiful, and so we have to protect her from all these horny little boys who've been sniffing around since she had her first heat, right? So we've been praying for braces, glasses, and acne since she was like 10. Sneaking into her room at night, rubbing Rogaine on her upper lip. We're just kind of, so, no. She's cute. She looks like my mother-in-law. Like if my mother-in-law was Osama bin Laden. That's kind of what she looks like now, so that's kind of cute, yeah. I told her too, I'm like, dude, you gotta fucking straighten out or I'm taking your ass down to Trinidad and buying you a penis, because I'm over it. Boys are easier. And I don't want her to be embarrassed in the locker room. Like, we'll get her a black one. I'll splurge. I mean, not gonna lie. We'll get her a good one. If I can get a buy one, get one free, Mom will get one that takes a couple C-cell batteries or maybe just like a chainsaw pull start, you know, just because, you know, because my shit's big. That's what I'm telling you. My junk's big. It happens. It just happens. How many kids do you have, teenage mommy over there? 2. Okay, yeah. So I'm sorry for that. It's probably why you're out here getting liquored up at Ari's Tavern. I know. I know, they fucking suck. I swear to God, they wreck you, too. They wreck you. My breasts look like 2 tube socks with hacky sacks in the bottom. I'm like, what the fuck happened? I don't even get it. I bent over in the shower the other day and they applauded. It's horrible. I know. My husband walked in and startled me. I turned around too fast. I got one stuck in my butt crack. I'm like, what the fuck kind of wedgie is that shit? That's bull. It's horrible. It's horrible. I swear to God. The alarm went off the other morning. I leaned over my husband to hit the snooze. I teabagged his ear hole. Oh, yeah. He thought that meant I was in the mood, so I got to throw myself down a flight of stairs now. I'm like, God damn it. Not again. Jesus. God, it's horrible. They're horrible. And they wreck you too, like all my kids, you know, they all swam the channel, you know what I'm saying, sister? Yeah. Yeah, you're never the same after that. I don't care. You just look like you're yawning all the time. Like it never, they tell you like maybe after 2, maybe you shrunk back. Maybe. I don't know. Like your husband's he's not gonna tell the truth. No, he's not, because he wants to get laid again someday. He's not gonna tell the truth, absolutely not. But I'm telling you, after 5, that shit doesn't shrink back again. It's just like a fucking bucket of beer. It's horrible. It is horrible. It's just so, and I have friends who had C-sections, and they're always bitching about it. And they're like, oh my God, you should see my scar. And I'm like, whatever, bitch, you should see mine. Because I'm a fucking hair lip now. I want you guys to know, and I feel like we bonded. I can tell you this, I queef with a lisp. Yes, I do. I know that's sexy, right? I know. It's hot. I swear to God, the other night we were getting romantic. My husband went to give me the shocker. He had to use 2 hands. You guys are a lot of fun. I'm Vicki Edgar. Thank you so much for coming out tonight.
That's Vicki Edgar right there. Vicki Edgar. Wow. Very funny. 2-handed shocker. Right on. Okay, cool. Did you have a good time tonight? Thank you so much. Thank you so much for supporting live comedy. When we put this up online, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and please support our sponsors, Maria, Navin, Lassiter, Great Way Real Estate. And come on down to Ari's Tavern and help support live comedy and help support Ari's Tavern. Thanks again, everybody. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.